Previously on this adventure, my good friends Marco and Josh, along with my son Justin and I, set off to explore some trails and campsites in the eastern Sierra Nevada mountains. We traveled some beautiful trails, found a couple amazing campsites, cooked up some good food, and encountered a couple challenges along the way. I'll leave a link down below in case you missed part 1 of this adventure. Go check it out. Okay, now time to go have some more fun. Well, good morning. What a great way to wake up with the creek running through. Just awesome sound. We are trying to dry out the tents because after that thunderstorm last night and then a little humidity inside, we're just letting them dry out. But the sun's coming up, things are looking good. We're gonna pack up here soon and head across Coyote Flats into Bishop, get some resupply, and hopefully find a tire shop that can replace my spare. And then we're gonna start heading north because we've got a couple cool places that we want to go check out and hopefully find some more cool campsites. But so far, I mean, come on, this is perfect. You cannot beat this. Well, hopefully we can as we go forward. Deciding to leave this beautiful campsite was a tough decision, and we actually considered staying another night and just relaxing by the stream. But the adventurous spirit in us just couldn't wait to see what lay ahead, so we packed up and hit the trail, and where we ended up next made leaving the right decision. Crossing the Coyote Flats exposes you to some spectacular scenery, but don't take your eyes off the trail for too long, as there are free-range cattle wandering around, and I swear the look they gave us as we drove by was a little intimidating. We were definitely on their turf. While driving up along the Coyote Flats is really easy terrain. As you work your way down the mountain, there are a few turns and some small obstacles to keep things fun. But look, there's nothing here a stock 4x4 with some good clearance can't manage. Once we reached the end of the trail, it was time to air up. And I get asked often about what tire pressure I run off-road. And when I'm on an easy trail like this one, without bead locks, 15 psi seems to be kind of the sweet spot for me. I normally carry with me a power tank CO2 bottle to make quick work of inflating tires, but because I knew we would be airing up and down frequently on this trip, I elected to bring a portable compressor. I'll be doing some hard mounting air setup on the Gladiator in the coming weeks. Once on the road, our first mission was to find a tire shop, and surprisingly on a Saturday, some of the tire shops close at midday, and most didn't have a 35-inch tire, new or used. I was able to find one shop that was still open and had a 35-inch tire in stock, so we headed straight there. Stocking up on extra supplies and grabbing a little lunch would have to wait. And a shout out to Perez Quality Tires. These guys made quick work of swapping out my spare flat and had us back on the road in no time. Thanks guys, I appreciate it. After a quick stop at the grocery store for resupplies, we dropped by Dennys for a quick lunch, and well, things got a little strange while we were there, but I'll let these guys explain. Okay, so we got the tire changed on the Gladiator, we got some resupplies, we stopped here at Dennys for lunch, and these two knuckleheads were goofing around. Tell everybody what just happened.
Well, I told Marco that I would win him a stuffed animal out of a claw machine only if he would wear it on his rearview mirror the rest of the trip. So, Marco, I give you confidence with a big fat white uniform, like your big fat white Jeep.
Yeah,
there you go.
All in good fun. And Marco loves his pillow, and now he has a little extra confidence for those trails we are about to tackle. Okay, now to hit the road, and we traveled about an hour and a half north on Highway 395, where we'll be doing some more exploring here soon. And as much as I prefer to be on a dirt road if I have to be on a highway, this one isn't so bad. The views the entire drive up are so scenic. Look at this place. Our last opportunity for gas was just a few miles south of the trailhead we were going to be turning off onto, and while we all had over 3/4 of a tank of gas, we didn't know just how much exploring we would be doing over the next couple days, so we topped off our tanks. It's never a good feeling when you're out on the trail and that low fuel light comes on. We wanted to avoid that this trip. After a fairly short drive north, it was time to turn off the highway and get these Jeeps back in the dirt. And it was nice to see that there were more mountains with a little bit of snow on them ahead of us. This would turn out to be a very worthwhile destination. But first, we need to air down a little bit. So we've driven about 85 miles north of Bishop to the Kavanaugh Ridge trailhead, and again, beautiful scenery up here. We're airing down and we're gonna hit the trail. None of us have been here before, so this is gonna be a completely new adventure, and hopefully we find some amazing campsites. Gosh, I love this stuff, guys. There isn't a whole lot of information about this trail, but I was able to find a couple campgrounds listed on some maps in this area, and I figured with a little exploring we shouldn't have any problems finding a place to kick back tonight. There is a small network of trails up here, and for the first several miles it was all really just graded dirt road. Not that we were complaining, but we did pass a couple minivans and cars, and we were looking to get to those a little more less traveled locations. So we took a moment to stop, kind of assess where to head next. I'm so glad that we decided to make this little detour. Oh yeah, these were the kind of trails we were looking for. There were a few left and right turns along the way, and we did a little backtracking now and then, but when you are exploring new places, that's to be expected. Our ultimate goal was to find a great spot to call camp for the night. What we were all enjoying about this trail is the landscape changes. For a while we were in that thick brush, crossing some streams, then the forest, then some open plain areas, and we even started hitting a little snow. I would imagine with this much snow being here now that this area of the trail is only accessible a few months out of the year. After driving around for several hours, we finally approached a beautiful lake that had a lot of potential. There was no name for this lake that we could find on our maps. However, a couple that came by later that we had talked to said they came up here a couple years ago and the lake was completely dry from the drought. There were plenty of folks driving and camping up here, so we weren't completely alone, but we weren't complaining because it was beautiful. Okay guys, just a quick walk around camp here just so you can see this amazing spot we're at. Got everything all set up. It's just so beautiful. And look, you can see the reflection of the mountains and the snow. So amazing. Got a fire going. Got our chairs all lined up around the fire pit. Josh is all set up. He's gonna have a perfect view of the lake in the morning. Marco's over here getting set up. He's gonna be making some ahi tuna for dinner. He's made that before. And Marco, what are you cooking the tuna in? In the flat pit. We love the flat pit. It's a great little setup, guys. And Marco's got his tent set up, and look at that. He's gonna wake up in the morning, and that's gonna be his view. Come on, guys, this is beautiful. Oh, and we got some fishing lines out there, bobbers. We'll see if we catch anything. The fishermen in our group didn't have any luck, but that's okay because Marco had some in his fridge. Little ahi, bok choy, some veggies. Thanks for dinner, brother. It had been a long day of exploring, but now, with full bellies, we just relaxed and reminisced about the adventure we had been having so far. Day 3 had finally come to an end. While I may not be known for creating some delicious dinners at camp, although I'm not a terrible cook, one thing you can always count on in the morning near my Jeep is a good cup of coffee. There's nothing like some cool mountain fresh air and a good hot cup of joe to get you going. Josh volunteered to make breakfast, and man, he went all out making some amazing omelets and hash browns. Oh yeah, this was already starting off to be the perfect day. Now to go do some more exploring. Okay, so we are gonna head up to the ridge. We hear it's some epic views. We're just gonna take the Gladiator up there and a little bit of an ulterior motive. I'm letting Marco drive up there in hopes that he will get hooked and want a Gladiator, buddy. You ready for this?
I'm already hooked up with this thing.
Let's go. So we were driving on the trail and we saw this little snow melt and we thought, you know, that's got to be melting into some water. And so we just came up here to check it out. And of course, you know, now we're acting like a bunch of 5-year-olds and just skipping rocks because that's what you do. Oh my gosh, guys, you are not gonna believe this view. Look at, there's a lake here. We got a lake here. There's a huge waterfall that leads into another lake. This is amazing. We're over 11,000 feet high and the view up here, oh my gosh. My breath is taken away from this view. This is one of the most amazing views I have seen in a long time. We are over 11,000 feet up and Wow, what an awesome, awesome place we are at. Now, the cool thing about this is we are here at the right time of year, because a month ago, this was probably not passable because it was probably packed with snow. And I got to think 6 to 8 weeks from now, you're not going to be able to make it up here. So if you're going to venture up here, you need to do it at the right time of year. Now, here's the thing about this adventure we've been having. We were going to hit 2 other trails along the way, but because we decided to camp twice at Coyote Flats, and because we're going to stay another night here, because how can you not stay another night here? We're going to call it quits, and we'll have to come up 395 and explore those trails and do another video for you guys. But look, this is what adventure is all about. You know, we set out to have a great time, to find some cool places, and we did just that. Mission accomplished. I hope you have enjoyed this video as much as we've enjoyed this adventure. Marco, what do you think, dude? Are we lucky to do this or what?
Man, this is totally awesome. I have no words for this.
This is amazing, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.